by saying it's nice to see everybody. Thank everybody for coming out. I feel blessed to have been part of every one of your lives during this amazing run. It was a great time. I'm truly blessed with the coaches because they saw something in me. I specifically remember probably my sophomore year talking about the 6 400s. We had 8 or 10 200s we'd run into practice from time to time, and one of the coaches, I remember who it was, they came up and said, "Hey, I noticed you're kind of leading the second pack of kids. I want you to start running with the first pack, the faster ones, you know, Chambers and Prindle and whoever else." And they saw something in me, and I appreciate that, you know, so thank you. A few things really stick out in my mind when I look back at my years of high school track. And this has been something that we've talked about a lot of times, dominance. A lot of you that are here who weren't part of it don't have an idea of how dominant we were. By the time our field events were done, we were in the 30 points, and somebody else might have 7. Nobody would beat us. I think my senior year in 90, we didn't lose an outdoor track and field event meet, including state. We might have lost 1 indoor meet. Might have lost 1 or 2 meets total my junior year. We were just that good. And it was teamwork. It was several different things. It was the handoffs. I remember working with Jeff Anderson a lot with handoffs. We would, push our steps back so far to where Jeff actually fell over in a track meet, getting me the baton and messed his shoulder up. I can't think of where that was. You remember that? You probably don't want to remember that. But it was that dedication, and we wanted to be the best, so we strived in every part of everything that we could to make sure we were the best. One thing that I love too is I think we were at Hawkeye 10 Championships at Lewis Central, and somebody had worked with the parents, and we all had 8 straight as great t-shirts that we put on about halfway through the track meet, because we knew we were winning. We were gonna win. That's how cocky we were. But we knew it. Nobody else was gonna beat us, so good times. Something else that really I like to think about, but talking about the victory lap later, I had a yellow and black boom box back in the day. Those were so cool back in those days. And during our victory lap, we'd always play "We Will Rock You" and then "We Are the Champions." And it was kind of like Griff was saying, everybody else is standing around packing up. In here, we are shoving it in their face. We're going to run a lap or 2 because you can't touch us. Good times. It was great. So, thank you to all the family that showed up. There's some family members here, and it meant a lot to us. Some of the track meets, especially my senior year, when we didn't have districts, we'd drive 2.5, 3 hours just for a track meet to get to a real good track. And every one of the parents showed up. They supported us, and it just meant a lot, I think, to everybody involved that we had that support. Not just from the coaches, not from each other, but from our parents, because they wanted to see us succeed. This is just something kind of funny. I remember the curfews he used to try to instill on us the night before the track meets. Anybody? I think I was a sophomore maybe, so I was out cruising with Brian Cruz one night, and I think the curfew was 9 o'clock, and of course there was 4 lanes in town instead of 2 now, and we're cruising down towards Sharp Street, and we see him driving towards us on his motorcycle. "Oh, you gotta turn, you gotta turn." So a little bit of fear there on what he might make you do the next practice. Griff asked me this when I first showed up. This is just some funny things here that I remember. Probably a sophomore, Griff bought a brand new Thunderbird. Beautiful car.
Thanks.
I parked right next to him. You know where this is going. When I left, I cranked that wheel and I tore up his side of his car. I thought, oh my God. And of course, he's on the opposite side of the field working with the shot putters. And I'm just dreading to walk over there. You know, he's going to kill me. He actually wasn't too bad. So I appreciate that. Again, that was just not really the fear, but respect maybe. So there was one day that my car got stolen from track practice. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Probably not. I was a sophomore again. 1979 Buick Regal. I came out, my car was gone, and Karen Prindle, Craig's mom, was out there in the parking lot picking Craig up for some reason. And of course, I didn't see her, and we lived 2 blocks from each other in Pacific Junction. And back then, you know, I didn't care what I said to who I said it to.
Oh, really?
Kind of now, too. But I was in everybody's face, no matter if he was Scott Davis, Marty Chain. It was F-bomb this, F-bomb that. And I got my car back. It was up at the Quick Shop. The guy who he talked about earlier, who we wouldn't mention his name, who played in the NFL, actually stole it with joyriding in it. So, but I got my car back, and, you know, Karen later kind of gave me props for standing up to these guys that were about 3 times my size. So I just wanted to mention state track a little bit. I'm going to mention a name here that was brought up earlier. In the 89 track, I anchored the 4x2. We had a really good 4x2 that year, and I don't think we had lost maybe in any normal track meets. So we're at state, and we're all pumped, and I'm thinking, you know, we're going to win the prelim and Dallas Center grinds. So I get the baton, I'm in first place, heading, you know, towards that corner, and this dude passes me like I'm standing still with Jamie Leonard. I'll never remember that or forget that name. Just something that stands out. So just the atmosphere, the family, the people, getting to spend time, just everything was great, and I appreciate all of you for it. So, and just briefly for 1990, it was just knowing that we had to get a certain place in the 4x1 and a certain place in the 4x4 to win. And we knew that going into the 4x4, or the 4x1. And when we got 4th in the 4x1, of course you guys saw it earlier, you know, we won the 4x4, so. The coaches knew what they were doing, they knew how to motivate us. They left it up to us, you know, but they let us know what we need to do and we got it done, so. So overall, I feel like a contributing factor for the first 89 State Track and Field Championship was because of the wristband I'm holding here. So this is the actual wristband that I wore at state. I believe it was the coaches who contacted the state meet after Sam had passed on, and we got to honor him by wearing those wristbands. We all know what happened, I'm not going to dwell on it, but I just think that Sam's death really impacted the team in a way that Coach Wickham talked about. Brought us together and we focused harder than ever to accomplish a goal. Like Gillespie talked about, it's a culture, it's instilling, setting goals, achieving those goals that I think made Ramtrack what it was and what it still is. So I appreciate that. Again, thank you everyone who helped make this night possible. Thank you to the family and friends that are here tonight to help us relive our glory days. Thank you, Coach Griffith, Wickham, and Coach Jones, for the time and energy that you devoted to every single one of us. You know, I know you did a lot of the field events, you guys worked on the running, but still, you guys had a collaboration that, just like I started out with, made us dominant. There was really nobody who could touch us. So we truly were blessed. We still are blessed. Not many people can say that they were part of a state championship from high school at all out there, let alone back-to-back state championships. So be proud of it. Never take it away from us. I just want to say I'm thankful that a puny kid from Pacific Junction was able to be part of something as amazing as this. God bless you all.